Unanimous again. Shohei Ohtani makes baseball history. I mean, for the third straight year, the Dodgers phenom took home the MVP. Now back-to-back in the National League. All 31st place votes, zero debate, zero hesitation, just Shohei Ohtani, Travis, being the greatest show in baseball.
Yeah, and you know, it's funny. I'm thrilled that Shohei won, and he deserved to win, and it should have been unanimous, and all of these things. And we're going to get into the fact that he's won 3 in a row, that he's the only person not named Barry Bonds to have more than 3. But can I just tell you for just a microsecond, like it's got to be such a drag to be Kyle Schwarber or Juan Soto and be like, I got no chance, man. Like, there's no chance that I can beat this guy. It's not like it's if I would have hit a few more home runs or driven in a few more guys or played Gold Glove right field or whatever. Dude, no one's got a chance at this. The man is the number 1 slugger in baseball, and he's a number 1 pitcher on the mound. Of course, he's the most valuable player. And every year that we have this where he doesn't win the most valuable player, something weird's going to have had to have happened, right? Where he's going to have missed time or something. He fills 2 roles at an A+ level where anyone else would struggle to do one of those roles. It is just an extraordinary accomplishment. I said it yesterday. Our everydayers heard it yesterday. It is a genuine pleasure to get to watch this man do what he does and be alive in the time of Shohei Ohtani on my favorite team, your favorite team, and them winning championships and having it matter. It just simply doesn't get better than this.
I'm pretty sure that's how guys like Charles Barkley, Karl Malone, Reggie Miller, Patrick Ewing, Sean Kemp felt when they had Michael Jordan playing in the 90s and just dominating both the titles and the MVPs. And it's like, well, we're playing pretty much for second place. We're playing pretty much to be the second best. And when Jordan retired for a hot minute, it's like, okay, here's our chance. Let's go win. So that's probably what they're hoping, that Ohtani gets bored of being so damn good, and then they could have a chance to potentially doing something. Because yesterday I was in the Raiders media room, and Ed Graney, a great columnist for our local newspaper out here in Vegas, the Las Vegas Review-Journal, he's a huge Dodger fan as well. And we always talk Dodger baseball before media availability. And he's like, I don't think he's going to get a unanimous lead. There's going to be one East Coast writer that's going to be like, I'm going to give a vote to Schwarber. I'm like, you can't be that one guy, because they make those votes public. And everybody knows. It's like last year, maybe, and even then it was a 50-50 season with 50 home runs, 50 stolen bases. Would you even go against voting against a guy that had nobody had ever done that? He does that. Would you vote against him? No. And now another type of 50-50. Nobody voted against him again. And like you said, 4 MVP awards. That's nuts now. 2 with the Angels and 2 with the Dodgers back-to-back.
Yeah, you can't vote against him because it's just inherently dishonest, right? And I get it that we all have personal agendas. We all like this guy better than that guy, and we'll all find a reason to do what we want to do. But like you said, Harry, this stuff is matter of public record, that when you vote for this stuff, your vote gets put out into the universe. And how could you look at yourself or any baseball fan or any baseball writer or anyone else and say, oh, no, that guy over there is a better baseball player than Shohei Ohtani, is a more valuable baseball player than Shohei Ohtani? It's an absurd proposition. You know, last year when Ohtani was, air quotes, just going 50-50, you could at least maybe say, oh, well, this guy over here got on base a little more, maybe did this a little more. But the second he took the mound again this season, it was a wrap. And the second he took the mound again and was as effective as he was, it was a double wrap. It was just, you can't pick anyone else. And now it just becomes this conversation about, where do you slot him as far as all-time guys go? Because Barry Bonds has 7, by the way, probably should have 10 or so, but Shohei Ohtani has 4. And I was talking about this on my radio show yesterday. I think where you would describe Ohtani right now, he's in the mid to late prime of his career, right? This isn't the mid prime. That's probably in your late 20s. This is the mid to late prime. The prime's still got several more years on it, but we're more towards the back than we are to the beginning. So where does this end? If he's got 4 MVPs, he's got 3 in a row, all 4 of them unanimous. He, assuming health, Does he finish with 5, 6? Is a 7th out of the question? I don't think that it is. And we're just starting to stack these records on top of one another. And it's just a thrill to be able to get to witness it in real time because, 3 MVPs is a very – Aaron Judge joined the 3 MVP club yesterday. There's only 13 guys that have 13 guys. There's been like 20 – I think it's like 35,000 major league players have been in history. Only 13 of them have won 3 MVPs, right? Ohtani picked up number 4 yesterday. That list is 2 people long, and I don't want to say he's just getting started, but he's not slowing down anytime soon.
He's 31 years old. He doesn't turn 32 until the day after Independence Day. I mean, it's nuts. Like, it's not like those contracts where players sign 10-year deals and they go through their 43-year-old season. Right. It's like right here, his last season of a 10-year deal is going to be his year 40 season in Major League Baseball.
I'm so glad you said that because, and I'm not, anybody that knows me and listens to my radio show knows what's coming next. I got a thing for the Angels and I can't stand them, but that's a whole nother thing. When the Angels signed Albert Pujols a million years ago, the goal was we're going to try to get a couple of these things right out of the chute, get an MVP, maybe a World Series appearance, and then whatever comes in the next 6 or 7 years of this deal, whatever. It's probably going to be pretty ugly, but at least we're going to get something out of the front end of the deal. The Dodgers didn't do that, but that's exactly the result that they've gotten. They've gotten everything you could possibly imagine out of the front end of the deal. They've gotten 2 World Series titles. They've gotten 2 MVPs. And to your point, Harry, this isn't a Pujols thing where, oh my God, he's in his mid-30s already, and he looks like he's in his mid-40s. This is a guy that is just barely 30 years old. This is a guy that continues to impress physically more and more and more. His body hasn't shown any real signs of decline athletically. I know his elbows had to be rebuilt a couple of times, but oddly enough, that's just normal in modern baseball. That the best, and listen to what I'm about to say, everybody, the best may still yet be to come. That's so he's got 4 MVPs, and the best version of Shohei Ohtani might still be in the future. That's unbelievable.
When it comes to Dodgers history, let's throw this one out. Shohei Ohtani becomes the 2nd player in franchise history to win more than one National League MVP while representing the team. Roy Campanella did it 3 times, and it's the 3rd instance where a Dodgers player wins an MVP in back-to-back seasons. It happened 55 Campanella, 56 Newcomb, and also 62 Maury Wills, 63 Sandy Koufax. So even in Dodgers history, it's like, dude, this is stuff that doesn't happen very often, and this is a team that's been around since the very early 1900s. I mean, it's wow.
We are, if we're not there already, and by the way, we might be, but if we're not there already, we are really close to a point where every list that we talk about is going to have the Shohei Ohtani name on it. Michael Thompson, a longtime Laker player, he's a member of the Laker broadcast team right now. He's a friend of mine. He works at 710 as well. And he said to me at one point, and it's uncanny how often it's true. Whenever an NBA question comes up of name the 5 guys who did this, name the 10 guys who did that, name the only 3 players that have done this, the name that is on every single list is Wilt Chamberlain. He's on every list, on all of them. That's Ohtani. Ohtani is going to be that guy that if you're naming a list, Ohtani's either on it or at the top of it, and he's just turned 30 years old not that long. It's exciting. It's incredible. It's hard to believe. It's all of those things.
And by the way, you mentioned the guys that competed against Shohei this year, where it's like some folks were like, oh, just one-dimensional Shohei DH. That's like, look at Al Schwarber, he's a DH. Juan Soto, he plays the outfield, but a pretty crappy outfield that he plays. Because he's out there in the outfield, but he's not very good. You go back to last season, the competition was Francisco Lindor, and some folks were like, they just wanted Lindor to get some first place votes so Ohtani wouldn't win it unanimously. And even then, the press was like, the Baseball Writers Association of America is like, nope, we're not touching that. We can recognize greatness when we see it right here, because this man is doing things that we may never see replicated in our lifetime, in our kids' lifetimes, or in their kids' lifetimes.
We can tell ourselves some lies, Harry, when we want to do it. We can convince ourselves of some things, but nobody can tell themselves that big of a lie. Nobody can convince themselves that there was another player in the National League that was more valuable than Ohtani, because it's absurd. He was unanimous. He should be. And by the way, mark it down. What's today? November 14th. We might be having this conversation November 14, 2026 too, because I don't see anybody on the horizon who's going to be any better than this guy.
メジャーリーグの歴史の中で、これまでにプレーしてきた選手はおよそ3万5千人と言われています。その中で MVP を3回以上名乗った選手はたった13人。そして歯科医に到達したのはたった2人だけ。バリー・ボンズ、そして翔平大谷。まずこの事実だけで、今私たちがどれほどとんでもない景色を見ているのかがわかります。しかも大谷の4回は、リーグで2回。リーグで2回。そのうち3年連続。その3年すべてが満票 MVP。もうこれは、今年の MVP は誰かという議論ではありません。今年大谷から MVP を奪うだけの異常事態が起きたか、その確認作業に近づきつつあります。実際、リーグで戦っている打者たちの話題は、大谷をどう倒すかではなく、大谷の次を誰が取るのか、カイル・シュワーバーやフアン・ソトといった怪物たちでさえ、大谷時代のリーグ MVP レースでは、不対争いをしているだけだ、と表現される。これはまるで、マイケル・ジョーダンの全盛期に、バークレーやマローン・レジー・ミラーたちが、どれだけ頑張っても、時代そのものに行く手を塞がれていた構図によく似ています。なぜここまで差がついてしまうのか。理由はシンプルです。大谷翔平は、その年のナンバーワン打者でありながら、同時にナンバーワン投手である可能性が高いからです。普通の MVP は、ホームラン王か、打点王か、打率首位か、あるいはヤング級の投手か、どれか一つのカテゴリーで頂点に立ちます。ところが大谷は、バッターとして、それだけで MVP を取れる数字を出しながら、ピッチャーとしてもそれだけで、サイ・ヤング級と呼ばれるパフォーマンスを出す。ナンバーワン打者、ナンバーワン投手、一人の選手。その瞬間、価値の計算式が崩壊します。だから、彼について語るアナリストたちは、今年大谷が MVP じゃないとしたら、それは、彼が長期離脱したか、本当に大きなアクシデントがあった年だけだ、と言い切るわけです。しかも、彼はもうベテランではありません。初回目の MVP を灯った時点で、まだ31歳、40歳になるまで、ドジャースとの10年契約が続く。多くのスーパースターが、30代後半で大きな契約を結び、契約後半で、衰えと戦うのに対し、大谷は、まだ伸びしろを残したまま、4つ目の MVP を手乗っている、という非常識な地点に立っています。だからこそスタジオでは、真顔でこんな会話が交わされます。バリー・ボンズは、7回 MVP を保った。翔平は最終的に、何回まで行くと思う？ 5 回、6回。もしかしたら、10回に並ぶかもしれない。馬鹿げた空想として笑い飛ばされるどころか、健康でさえいれば、全然あり得る数字として扱われている。視界たぶった時点ですでに、議論のテーマが、歴代何番目か、ではなく、最終的に、どこまで記録を積み上げるのか、に変わっているのです。もう一つ見落とされがちなのが、ドジャースの歴史の中での位置づけです。ナリーグ MVP を複数回、ドジャースのユニフォームで取った選手は、キャンピュラネラと大谷の2人だけ、チームとして連続で MVP を生み出したケースも、過去に2度しかなかったところに、大谷が新たなバックトゥバック MVP の物語を重ねた。伝統球団ドジャースの分厚い歴史の中で見ても、大谷の4つ目のカップは、完全に特別枠に入ります。そしてこの特別枠という言葉は、これから先のメジャー全体の歴史にも当てはまりそうです。NBA でウィルト・チェンバレンの名前を出すとき、必ずこんな言い方がされます。NBA の歴史でたった丸人しか達成していない記録がある。そのうちの一人は必ずウィルトだ。得点記録、リバウンドトリプルダブル、異常な数字が並ぶリストには、いつも同じ名前が刻まれている。野球でも、これから先、そういう扱いを受けるのが、翔平大谷なのかもしれません。例えばこういうリストです。同じシーズンに、50本塁打と実る丸奪三振を達成した選手。3度以上、満票 MVP を獲得した選手。2つのリーグで複数回 MVP を獲得した選手。そんな狂った条件を並べても、そこにはいつも同じ名前が載っている。多くの場合、 そのリストは、翔平大谷ただ一人になるでしょう。長い歴史の中で見れば、この初回目の MVP は、一つのマイルストーンに過ぎないかもしれません。しかし私たちは、そのマイルストーンが、リアルタイムで積み上がっていく瞬間を、目の前で見ている世代です。未来の子供たちは、野球ゲームの中で、大谷の記録を当たり前のように眺め、教科書や特集番組で、司会 MVP の日本人が当然のように紹介されるでしょう。でも彼らは知らない。エンゼルス時代、勝てないチームの中でも、二刀流を貫き、それでも MVP を取り、ドジャースに移籍してからは、ワールドシリーズと MVP を同時にさらい、この時代は、どうやっても大谷を避けて通れない、とアメリカ全土に思わせた空気を、私たちはその過程のすべてを、毎年ワイライトとニュースで追いかけている。3万5千人のうちの一人ではなく、その頂点で、ボンズと肩を並べ、ジョーダンやウィルトと同じ文脈で語られ始めた。ただ一人の日本人、4つ目の MVP は、そのスタート地点ではなく、まだ物語の途中に過ぎない、という合図かもしれません。この先、5回目、6回目、10回目と、どこまで積み上げていくのか。答えはきっと、これから数年、ドジャースの青いユニフォームに視線を奪われ続ける。私たち自身の目が、一番よく知ることになるはずです。